Hi guys, today we're going to talk about pushing horses out of a catch pen after they're done feeding. Just one quick note that we should talk about is while they're eating, you're finishing up your feed report, go ahead and be watching them while they're eating. One, you can look at herd dynamics, which horses are really bumping other horses off their buckets, pinning their ears, starting fights, but then also you want to be looking for colic. Colic is a digestive issue that a lot of times it happens when the weather changes, but what it'll look like is a horse will lay down and he'll try to be rubbing his stomach, he'll look lethargic, he'll look clearly in pain. You can tell the difference between them just kind of rolling around, getting dirt on their back versus a colic. One thing, like if a horse is just kind of laying down, that's also a big indicator. You might walk up to them, and if they get up right away, that may be a sign that they're not colicking, but if you can tell they're kind of fighting you and not wanting to get up, that's a great sign of a colic. In the instance you see a colic, you need to report it up immediately. Go ahead and call Mr. Burns no matter what time it is. Call your chain of command, your command staff, and they'll give you further instructions. It's something that it happens, but if you have the right tools, you can handle it. So one big note about pushing horses out of here is always make sure the food is all gone. Make sure all the feed's gone. You don't want to be trying to push them out if there's still feed. But also, anytime that people ever get hurt at the green, this is the place that it will likely be. Part of the reason is people get complacent. They're on their phones, they're talking with their friends, or they're ready to get out of here, go to class, or be done for the day. You do not want to get complacent in here. All it takes is for one horse to take a quick step towards you or kick you or not want to move. So we're going to come up with some ways and strategies to avoid that. One thing that we've done is we have these sticks. So these bamboo sticks or these actual sticks, they're not to swing at the horses, they're not to hit them or anything. Think of it like an extension of your arm. And just like we talk about the principles of pressure, you want to start out as little as I can. Some horses just doing this, just raising a couple inches off the ground, or even just kind of lifting it like this, that's enough to get them to move. There's some horses that you might need to come up to your about shoulder level, kind of like this. You never want to be doing this. Never needs to come above your head. So go ahead and just, right here. This is like probably as high as you want to go. Also think of it as a way to, you can watch how Karen's doing it. It's kind of the extension. See how she's not hitting the horse? She might be pressing it against that horse. She's not hitting them. But with Rusty right here, as you can watch, I'm going to come up and I'm just going to kind of do this. I'm talking to him, getting him to move, and you see I'm not being loud, I'm not being obnoxious, I'm not throwing anything at him. I'm just kind of moving my stick like this. Big thing too is always put yourself in a safe position. See how I came at Rusty's from his shoulder, from his head? I didn't come up from his rear because he could turn that rear towards me real quick or back up into me. Always be putting yourself in a safe position when you're pushing out. But that's essentially what it looks like. But one thing too to consider, so if we're pushing all the horses out to that gate, don't be standing by that gate. So for example, if I knew Karen was going to be over here and there's still horses out here, I wouldn't want to push them to her because she's a source of pressure. So kind of work your, start from the fences and kind of work your way to that gate and don't get in the way, just kind of like, gradually push them that way. Don't be in a rush doing this because that's when you'll get hurt.